scheme with a Roscoe. Show my true colors, seeing green for that Blanco. I was locking in the zone, pocket rocket in case they get out of pocket like Mahomes. Profit over toll, ain't no options on the road. Running down like LeBron, boy, I block him from his goals. Riding with the chrome, you see his soul climbing.
Point proven, we are here today. It is going down.
Yes, sir.
Chilla Jones is with us, man.
Yes, sir.
Is this like, when I see Point Proven, I'm like, y'all did the Apollo, so it's like Point Proven is like, we was trying to tell y'all, man.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, it's like believe the hype.
It's an efficient card.
Yep.
We're not keeping y'all till 1 a.m. We're running through the battles, and every battle is quality.
Yes.
I'm talking about all 10 on day 1, all 11 on day.
Everything.
It's like that.
Everything.
You know what I'm saying?
That's what we're about, man. We're about quality matchups of all tiers, of all talent levels. Like, we're not just exclusive to top tiers. We're not just exclusive to big names. If you look at the card today, LSG and Shastafa is crazy. Coach Corleone and Just Cuz is crazy. Fendi and Def the Kid is crazy. Then you got Quest and Sheed. Woo. Crazy. You got Ace and Hansel making up the battle from Apollo.
Yes.
Crazy. They are both here.
Great news.
The battle is happening.
Great.
And it's gonna be crazy. You got Marv 1 versus Loso. They just took shots at each other at Apollo.
Right.
How long did we wait to lock them in?
No time.
And put them on this card. We locked them in the day after Apollo.
Fire.
We don't be waiting like
Point proven.
this is what we here for. We all about the experience. We all about what the fans want, and honestly what the battlers want too. That's the battle y'all want. Let's do it. Y'all can be ready in a month. Let's go.
One of the battles on this card that I seen kind of, I guess, I don't want to say controversy, but had the most kind of like, it's the Miss Hustle and Chirac, right? I feel like a lot of people is questioning Chirac and the name she's getting and things like that. And Hustle, she just recently tweeted like she's going to beat the doggish out of her. Like, it's not even going to be like funny.
Yeah.
I spoke to Chirac and I tell her I think she's an amazing talent, but I feel like she needs to rise to the level that she's getting.
Yeah.
Not saying that she's not, like with Jazz, she was amazing, but she had a slip up.
Yeah.
With Official, she was amazing, but she had a, I'm like, you can't slip up when you're battling this level of talent.
High level,
because we already think you're great. I've never seen a matchup where she got Jazz or any of these big names where anyone said, I didn't like that. Everybody said, oh my God, great matchup.
Yeah.
Even down to this Hustle battle. Maybe this is the most questionable one, or people trying to throw darts now, but what do you think about just that matchup, everything brewing around it?
I love it. I love that matchup. I think the theme for us, I think the theme for this card was even up to Nitty and Elijah, right?
Yes,
even up to the main event, it's like, Elijah, they've been calling you a Nitty clone for years.
Nitty even put out a clip the other day where he called himself an alien.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, they've been talking shit about you in this regard, about this particular battler for years.
Yeah.
Today is where you prove a point.
Man, separate yourself.
Show the separation, right? And it's the same thing with Rack and Hustle, right? Hustle is an in-game battle for anybody in female battle rap. She's an in-game. Her, Jazz, 40, in-games, right?
Yes.
For Chirac, I believe Hustle is her favorite battler, if I'm not mistaken. This is her opportunity to also prove a point, because I've heard a lot of I've heard all of that, everything that you said. I've heard all of that discourse. I've heard how is she getting all these names?
Yep.
And you know, when is she gonna take the step and maybe get like a big win over a Hustle or a Jazz, you know, which is super difficult for anybody.
Of course,
right?
for males.
For men, for any level.
Apollo just had a fight in his life.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, it's not that easy,
battle.
but for her to get these matchups, people are saying, we don't want to put you in these matchups just to have a good fight. We want to see you come out victorious, right? So I get that. But I think what people have to keep in mind with Rack is like, it would be different if it were only TBL that was providing her with the names, with the plates.
Right.
But it's like, she had Jazz on bullpen. right? She had Shuni on Q Beasley. She had Yoshi on King of the Dot. She had like so she's battling C3 and all these different people on different platforms. She's touched Chrome, she's touched the Trenches, she's touched TBL, she's touched King of the Dot.
She put her work in before she got a lot of these big names.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like had amazing battles. So I think people just have to keep in mind that like me, when I came into this game, I was still growing. I was still getting better. Like when I battled JC, it was like my 5th battle. I was still learning how to format my raps. I was still learning.
I had one of the greatest battles of all time history.
And when I battled Magic, when I battled DNA at Gnome, like I never battled in front of a crowd that large. I didn't understand how to control the crowd, how to keep my pacing high, how to feed off it. Like people watched me grow in real time, right? It wasn't like John or T-Top or any of these guys who go into URL with 25, 30 battles under their belt, and they figured certain things out. I was figuring this out against the best niggas in the world, and she's going through the same thing. She's figuring out things versus Jazz. She's figuring out things versus 40. And she's still getting better, right? So there's certain matchups and certain names that I've told her, like, yo, I want you at some point to like take a break from the top tiers and like beat on the people in your weight class, because people don't understand how much better you are than the people who are in your in your weight class, right? To me, Rack is in that weight class of Hustle, Jazz, 40. You know what I'm saying? To me, she's already there, regardless of how these battles turn out. Her talent level, her ability is there. But for everybody that says, oh, she should be battling the you know, and I'm not gonna say anybody's name, but she should be battling people who are lower in tier than those people. She's gonna beat the dog shit out of them, in my opinion. She's gonna beat the dog shit out of them. Right. So it's like, eventually she'll get to that point and she'll turn around and beat the dog shit out of a few people, and then people will be like, she needs more competition, and then we could go back to the bigger deal. But I want her to wait on people like E Hart. I want her to wait on people like Shayna. I want her to wait on certain people where I'm like, yo, I want you to make a second run eventually. And there are some names that we gotta keep. There's still E Hart. There's still Vixen. There's still, you know, well, she battled Casey. She battled Casey at home. And a lot of people feel like she won, actually. That was. And
Casey was still getting herself. I mean, not was, but like Casey's still etching her name in the history books of female battle rap.
Exactly. So, Casey's fucking incredible. She's one of my favorites for sure. One of my favorite people. But yeah, man, like that matchup specifically, I'm super excited for Rack. I'm super excited to see how this battle turns out.
Hustle says you're gonna beat her bad today, yo.
Listen, Hustle is
off Hitman. Real deal.
Let me tell you something about Hustle.
Bodie, like what we talking about?
Let me tell you something about Hustle. I've never been particularly close with Hustle. I've never had a lot of conversation with Hustle. I've been in this culture a long time. She's one of the people that I feel like I don't really have a good relationship with. You know what I'm saying? We don't run in the same circles. We don't really talk a lot. But my respect for her talent and what she does, to see her go to war with Hitman and a week later battle Real Deal with some of the most strategic, intelligent, intentional material, like, was incredible. Like, to see the Angle is a master. Real Deal is a master angler. To see him take the angles he took on her, which were phenomenal, and to see that her angles almost directly countered. When he went romantic, she went romantic. When he went anti-women, she went anti. Like the way that she put her shit together. Hustle is one of the greatest battlers of any gender that battle rap has ever seen, and she doesn't get her flowers enough. So I want to give her flowers. She is fucking incredible. You know what I'm saying? And if she says that she's finna go crazy, I got no choice but to believe her.
Right.
It's just gonna be up to Rack to meet her at that level, right? Like Daylight was saying to Nitty, I'm going there. You gotta meet me there. Chirac gotta meet her there,
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm looking forward to that battle. I expect that battle to be super high energy, and I think that battle is gonna be really, really good. One of the better battles of the year, in my opinion.
And the main event, real quick, I just want to touch on Nitty. Nitty comes off of Daylight, and y'all book him versus Elijah Straight.
Yeah.
What's the mindset?
The mindset for us is, you know, we want this to be a platform where any tier can battle any tier.
Okay.
Right? Like I said, we take a lot of the politics out of this when we think about matchups. We think about, you know, I think about styles. I think about what makes sense as far as how you rap and how you rap. What makes a great synergy together. The similarities between Elijah and Rum, I think, speak for themselves. If you've ever seen them both battle,
Of course.
you can see that they are efficient punchers. They're creative, they're witty, they think outside the box. And I think so much about this battle is going to be about what kind of angles or what kind of spins can you now put on those punches, right? If they're just going to punch for 3 rounds, it's going to be a punch fest and it's going to be incredible. But can Nitty put together a collection of punches to say, you're my son, and I fathered your style, and you're a clone of me, and you can never be better? Or can Elijah put together a string of punches for an angle that says, yeah, we sound alike, but I'm better than you'll ever be. Stop sleeping on my talent. That's what I'm most excited for, right? But this is a platform where, you know, we can give Nitty a Daylight, and like Nitty said in his face-off, how he brings balance to the game is he'll go from a Rum Nitty to an Elijah Straight, right?
Lux
Just like he'll go from a Foots to a Lux, right? Nitty
He got a lot of criticism for it.
Nitty is just with all the smoke.
Yeah.
He doesn't matter. It doesn't matter to him who you are.
Right.
He doesn't feel like you're
I
gonna beat
respect
him.
that. Yeah.
And there's a lot of us who are from that cloth. JC is from that cloth.
Yes.
DNA was from that cloth. I'm from that cloth. John is from that cloth. You might see us headlining one card, and you might turn around and see us against an up and comer or a low tier on another card giving a shot. That's how the culture to me stays in rotation, right? In a few years, Elijah might have to turn around and give somebody else a shot who sounds like him.
Right.
Or somebody else a shot who he gets compared to.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's the same thing with like me and Clips. Me and Clips was the same way when I came up.
Wow.
People were saying, yo, you scheme a lot, Clips schemes a lot. There's a lot of similarities, who's better. And so, you know, we battled twice.
And y'all so separated now.
Yeah, you
as
know
far
what I'm
as
saying?
style.
Now it's different because I've grown into my own,
Right.
and he's also, you know, grown and changed his style a lot as well. But to me, those are the best parts of battle rap. I love seeing Nitty battle the up and comers because we always get the best version of the up and comers. They know what they're against. Eunice knew what he was up against.
Yeah.
And did his thing versus Nitty.
Yes.
I think it was Oppo on iBattle knew what he was up against.
Yeah.
Did his thing versus Nitty. I expect to see the best Elijah Straight we've ever seen. The question is going to be, is it enough?
Is it enough?
Is it enough for the alien? You know what I'm saying?
And can I just add this for Nitty? I feel like he's one of the greatest punchers, if not 1, 2, 3 top. You know what I mean?
Let's take it further. He's one of the greatest battlers.
And that's where I wanted to transition.
Ever.
People put him on a punch line, but has Nitty grown and shown that he can do so much more than punching?
Yes. To me, he has, right? We've seen Nitty rebuttal and freestyle recently. We've seen Nitty angle in his bigger with Lux and Daylight.
His performance is getting crazy. He throwing alien back, like he doing props. He came out with twerk as a whole air. Like I'm like, yo, that's not punching.
Listen,
that's showmanship.
Nitty is, in my opinion, he's a top 10 battler of all time. Right?
Fire.
He's a top 10 battler of all time. For me, as far as what he's brought to the game, groundbreaking performances, classic battles, consistency, love for the game,
tournament winner.
He's won tournaments. He's gone to war with Lux. He's gone to war with Daylight.
He's
like, there's nothing he hasn't done, bro.
Yeah.
There's nothing he hasn't done.
Yeah.
And in the biggest moments, to me, in the biggest moments, he's never failed.
I agree.
That's the biggest thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
You stand across from Lux for 3 rounds.
Serve.
He didn't fail.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Surf, fresh home.
fresh home.
Anybody who stood in
Come
front of
on
Surf
now.
Fresh Home, like X-Fact, other people like have had a lot of trouble.
Yeah.
And it was a great battle. Whether even if you think Surf won,
Yeah, exactly.
you cannot say Nitty got smoked in that battle.
Exactly.
He stood on a big stage against an electric Surf Fresh Home. And off penmanship and showmanship made that shit a debatable fucking damn near classic battle.
Exactly.
To me, Nitty has never failed in the biggest moments, and that will always be for me what makes
And even him
him
in Daylight, I thought Nitty did everything we wanted from Nitty.
Nitty
miss a beat.
Nitty was Nitty. I'm telling you, as a league owner,
For me, he gave me more than I expected.
for me as a league owner, I'll pay Nitty whatever he wants every time.
Let's get it.
I'll pay him whatever he wants every time, because I don't have to think about, and the fans don't have to think about, am I gonna get what I'm paying for when I buy this pay-per-view with Rum Nitty on it? Am I gonna get what I'm paying for when I buy this ticket for Rum Nitty?
Right. He'll
Yes,
choke, he'll
you
mess
are.
up, nothing
Spoiler
like
alert. Yes, you are. You have for the past 10 years, and you will for the next however long he decides to stay in battle rap.
Right.
He's one of the best to ever do it in this space. And he's another person that I think gets overlooked sometimes and doesn't get his flowers. He gets a lot of love and recognition from the fans for sure, but from the rappers, ask the rappers if Nitty is one of the greatest to ever do it. Every rapper will tell you Nitty is one of the best to ever put pen to paper in battle rap.
Fire. Point proven. Any last thing you want to let the fans know about today's event? Whether you know
Point proven.
pay-per-view,
Man, pay-per-view on Rap Grid. Any updates on the event, you can follow Takeover Battle League on Twitter, TAKEOVA_BL on Twitter. You can follow me on Twitter as well, at Chilla Jones. Any updates or last minute stuff, you'll find out from there. But otherwise, grab the pay-per-view, man. $40 on Rap Grid. Can't beat it. You're getting tons of high-level battlers, tons of high-level battles. It's going to be a good time. Event is going to run fast. We're going to have you out in time to be able to go out, do your thing tonight. If you're in the Atlanta area, you might see this too late. But even if you do, we're going to be doing more events out here soon. So just know, doors open at 1 today. First battle, I think, is 2:30. We start prompt. And we run quick. Minimal breaks. We get to the end of the event as fast as we can. So if you're in the Atlanta area, pull up. If not, go to Rap Grid support. If you're seeing this the next day, get the VOD. VOD is gonna be worth it too. You're gonna get Rum Nitty and Elijah Straight. You're gonna get 40 Bars and Eunice. You're gonna get Chirac Miss Hustle. You're gonna get Marvin Loso, Quest and She. You're gonna get a ton of fire battles. Go get the VOD on Rap Grid. Salute Rap Grid for supporting. Too Much Multimedia, TBL Takeover Battle League, Hip Hop is Real, Industry ATL. We out here.